That's all it takes to change the trajectory of your life. 8 seconds to decide that your attitude will not be dictated by your circumstances, your failures, or the chaos around you. 8 seconds to stop blaming, stop complaining, and stop shrinking into mediocrity. Because here's the unfiltered truth. Your success is not defined by luck, opportunity, or talent alone. It is defined by your attitude, the energy, perspective, and mindset you bring to every single moment of your life. People with positive attitudes aren't naive. They don't ignore challenges or pretend life is easy. They are realists who have chosen empowerment over defeat, action over hesitation, hope over fear. Their mindset shapes their results, and their results reinforce their mindset. It's a cycle most people never even notice. They let negativity hijack their choices. They let frustration dictate their focus. They let fear freeze their potential. And then they wonder why success keeps slipping away. Your attitude is magnetic. It communicates before you even speak. It signals to the world whether you are a solution or a problem, a leader or a follower, a person who lifts others or someone who drags energy down. Positivity is not about smiling all the time. It's about resilience under pressure, clarity under stress, and courage under uncertainty. It's about seeing opportunity where others see obstacles. Here's a practical truth. Your brain doesn't distinguish between what you believe and what you repeat to yourself consistently. If you internalize negativity, your body reacts to it as if it's real. Stress hormones rise, motivation drops, focus collapses. But if you train your mind to respond with a positive frame, your physiology follows, your energy rises, your creativity accelerates, your relationships strengthen, and doors open that would remain shut to a pessimistic mindset. Success gravitates toward those who project possibility. The world rewards optimism backed by action, but it's not enough to think positively once in a while. Positivity is a habit, a daily practice, a lifestyle choice, and begins with ownership of your internal state, the decision that you control your attitude no matter what life throws at you. In the next section, we explore the first concrete daily habit that transforms your attitude and begins the ripple effect of attracting success, starting with the power of intentional thought and mental focus. If you want to attract success, your first habit is mastering your mind. Most people drift through life letting their thoughts control them instead of taking command. They let fear, doubt, and self-criticism dominate their mental space. They react to external events instead of creating their inner environment. And every day they wonder why results never match their effort. The truth is simple. Your thoughts are the soil in which your success grows or dies. Negativity, self-doubt, and complaining are like poison in that soil. But when you cultivate intentional thought, when you deliberately focus on solutions, opportunities, and progress, you create fertile ground for success. You don't wait for circumstances to improve. You improve your circumstances by first controlling your mind. This habit is about discipline. Discipline in your thinking, discipline in your attention. Start by recognizing the automatic thoughts that run in the background, negative self-talk, catastrophizing, blaming others. Every time you catch a thought that disempowers you, replace it immediately with a constructive, solution-oriented alternative, not blind positivity, realism with a focus on action. Focus is equally important. Your brain can only create what it can see. If your attention is scattered, diluted by worry or comparison, your energy disperses. The first habit of successful people is clarity. They know exactly what they want, where they're going, and they train their mind to see opportunities aligned with their goals. This habit also builds resilience. When your focus is intentional, setbacks no longer derail you. Criticism becomes data. Obstacles become challenges. Problems become opportunities. You respond instead of react. You act instead of freeze. And every day, these small shifts compound into a mindset that attracts results. Finally, understand this. Success is drawn to energy, not to ideas alone. People with positive mental focus radiate a sense of possibility. They magnetize mentors, partners, and opportunities. The best part, this habit is fully within your control. No one can take it from you. No circumstances can diminish it. In the next section, we'll explore the second daily habit, managing your emotional state. Because thought alone is not enough. Emotional energy is the bridge between your mindset and the success you attract. Success isn't created in the brain alone. Your emotions are the engine that drives your thoughts into action. A person with a positive attitude doesn't just think differently. They feel differently under pressure, under criticism, under uncertainty. And that emotional mastery is the habit that separates those who attract success from those who watch it pass by. Most people live in emotional chaos. They let anger, frustration, disappointment, and fear dictate their choices. Every negative emotion depletes energy, narrows vision, and sabotages relationships. And yet the world rewards the people who can manage their emotions without denial, without repression, without pretending life is perfect. Those who feel fully but respond wisely. Those who choose their emotional state rather than being a slave to circumstance. The second habit is daily emotional regulation. Start by observing your emotional triggers. What frustrates you? What causes stress? What patterns repeatedly drag you down? Awareness is power. Until you recognize the triggers, you cannot control the response. Next, develop rituals to anchor your state. Movement, breathing, gratitude, and reflection are not optional. They are weapons in the war for your energy. The physiology of emotion is real. Posture, breath, facial expression, and movement feed back to your nervous system. Stand tall, breathe deeply, move intentionally, smile with purpose. Your body and brain will follow. Another key aspect is reframing. Every setback, challenge, and criticism can be interpreted as either a defeat or a lesson. People with positive attitudes consistently assign empowering meanings to adversity. They see opportunity where others see obstacles. They view failure as feedback, not a verdict. Finally, recognize the ripple effect. Emotional energy is contagious. Your state influences those around you. Your team, your family, your clients, your friends. A positive, composed person attracts collaborators, mentors, and opportunities because people want to engage with energy that uplifts, motivates, and inspires. Master your emotions, and you create a field that draws success instead of repelling it. Emotional discipline is the bridge between thought and action, between mindset and results. In the next section, we explore the third habit, the daily discipline of consistency and follow-through, because no attitude, no matter how positive, will attract success without action that compounds over time. A positive attitude alone doesn't create success. Attitude without action is like a car with the engine running in neutral. The third habit is consistency and follow-through, the daily discipline of showing up, doing the work, and delivering results even when motivation wanes, even when circumstances are imperfect, even when it's uncomfortable. Most people talk about being positive, but they don't execute consistently. They get fired up, take a burst of action, then fizzle out. And then they blame the world, their circumstances, or bad luck. Here's the hard truth. The world rewards those who take relentless, disciplined action. Attitude is the spark, but action is the fuel. Consistency compounds. One disciplined action today, repeated daily, builds momentum that feels unstoppable over time. Small habits, repeated relentlessly, create a reputation of reliability, mastery, and integrity. This is what draws opportunities, partnerships, and success to a positive person. People trust them because they follow through. People rely on them because their energy is steady. People invest in them because they show up when it matters. Follow through isn't glamorous. It's not flashy. It doesn't always bring immediate results, but it shapes your identity. Every time you complete a task you committed to, you reinforce the story you tell yourself about who you are. Someone capable, responsible, and powerful. Your identity and your attitude reinforce each other in a compounding loop. This habit also protects against procrastination, fear, and self-doubt. When you take consistent action, your brain interprets it as proof of competence. Energy increases, confidence grows. Positivity is easier to maintain because your results validate your mindset. Finally, consistency builds credibility in the real world. Your relationships, your career, your financial opportunities, all of them respond to people who are dependable, disciplined, and resilient. Positivity attracts attention, but reliability converts that attention into results. In the next section, we explore the fourth habit, how surrounding yourself with the right people amplifies your positive attitude and multiplies the success you attract, because even the most disciplined, action-oriented person can be pulled down if their environment doesn't support their mindset. No one achieves success in isolation. Your attitude is contagious, and so is the attitude of the people around you. The fourth habit is strategic association. Intentionally surrounding yourself with people who uplift, challenge, and inspire you, rather than those who drain, complain, or diminish your energy. Most people underestimate the impact of their social environment. They spend hours with negative colleagues, frustrated friends, or passive acquaintances and wonder why their mindset never feels fully empowered. Your energy is a reflection of the input you allow into your life. Positivity attracts opportunities, but only if your environment supports it. The truth is, The people you spend the most time with influence your thoughts, beliefs, and actions more than any book, seminar, or strategy. If you want to maintain a positive attitude, you must choose your inner circle deliberately. Ask yourself, do the people around me stretch me, motivate me, and help me grow? Or do they reinforce fear, doubt, and mediocrity? This habit is about courage as well. It takes courage to distance yourself from toxic relationships. It takes courage to step into circles where expectations are higher than your current comfort zone. But every successful person has learned this truth. Positivity multiplies in the company of others who share that energy and purpose. Equally, surround yourself with mentors and role models. Watch how they handle adversity. Absorb their mindset. Model their behaviors. Positivity is amplified when you have examples of what's possible and guidance from those who've navigated the path successfully. This habit also shapes your opportunities. People want to collaborate with individuals who are optimistic, solution-oriented, and action-driven. Your network becomes a magnet for success because energy attracts energy. Your positive attitude, reinforced by your environment, creates momentum that compounds over time. Remember, your associations influence not just your mindset, but your actions, your consistency, and your identity. They reinforce habits or sabotage them. If you want to attract success, you must cultivate an environment where positivity, growth, and action are the norms, not the exceptions. In the next section, we explore the fifth habit, the discipline of gratitude and focus on possibilities, which fuels your positive mindset and keeps you attracting success even in adversity. Success flows to those who focus on possibilities, not problems. The fifth habit is practicing daily gratitude and intentionally shifting your focus toward opportunity. Most people wake up, scan what's wrong, and carry that negative lens into the entire day. Complaints, comparisons, and self-pity drain energy and repel success. A positive attitude isn't just a mood, it's a practice. It's a choice to train your mind to see what's working, what's possible, and where you can make an impact. Gratitude rewires your nervous system. When you actively acknowledge what you have, your brain shifts from scarcity to abundance, from fear to confidence, from paralysis to action. It's not a fluffy idea. Neuroscience proves that gratitude reduces stress, increases resilience, and improves mental clarity. This is how positive people maintain momentum even when the world pushes back. The daily ritual is simple. Start your day by identifying what you're thankful for, not vaguely but specifically, not generic but tangible. Then move to possibilities. Ask yourself, what can I create today? Who can I help? What impact can I make? This primes your mind to seek opportunity rather than fixate on obstacles. The power of this habit compounds. Gratitude creates emotional stability. Focus on possibilities generates action. Together, they magnetize solutions, resources, and support. Positivity isn't just internal, it manifests externally. People respond to your energy. Doors open, opportunities arrive, momentum builds. But here's the critical point. Gratitude and focus are habits, not feelings. You don't wait to feel grateful or inspired. You act. You write it down. You verbalize it. You move with it. This discipline is what separates someone who occasionally feels positive from someone who consistently attracts success. Gratitude also fosters humility and perspective, which strengthens relationships. People gravitate toward those who appreciate their contributions and recognize their own strengths without arrogance. This strengthens your influence and network. Two pillars of long-term success. In the next section, we'll explore the sixth habit, how your self-talk and internal language reinforce positivity and exponentially increase your ability to attract opportunities. Because the words you use internally shape your results externally. Your mind listens to the words you speak, both out loud and silently. The sixth habit of a person with a positive attitude is mastering self-talk and internal language. Most people sabotage themselves every day without even realizing it. They replay stories of failure, rehearse doubts, and whisper limitations into their own ears. And then they wonder why success keeps slipping past them. Here's the truth. Your inner language dictates your reality. Words shape your beliefs, beliefs shape your behavior, and behavior produces results. If you consistently tell yourself, I can't, I'm not ready, or this is too hard, your brain will treat those statements as truth. Your energy drops, your focus fragments, your confidence falters. The person who attracts success flips the script. They use internal language to reinforce possibility, capability, and action. They consciously choose empowering words like, I can learn, I will take action. I am capable of solutions. This isn't about blind optimism. It's about directing your brain to interpret reality in a way that fuels confidence, resilience, and creativity. Daily, this habit requires vigilance. Catch yourself mid-thought when doubt arises. Pause, reframe, replace disempowering language with words that provoke energy, focus, and courage. This is the mental discipline that turns negativity into opportunity. It's also practical. Positive self-talk improves decision-making, strengthens problem-solving, and reinforces momentum. Every action you take becomes aligned with your internal narrative. When your internal language is supportive, external obstacles feel smaller. Challenges feel like training. Setbacks become feedback, and risk becomes calculated rather than paralyzing. Self-talk also influences relationships and perception. Positivity radiates outward. People are drawn to those who communicate optimism, confidence, and problem-solving ability. Your energy becomes magnetic, attracting mentors, collaborators, and opportunities. Remember, words aren't just communication tools. They are energy drivers. The stories you tell yourself every day are either engines or brakes. Master your language and you master your results. In the next section, we explore the 7th habit, how embracing responsibility and accountability transforms positivity into sustained real-world success. This is the habit that turns attitude into tangible outcomes that others can see and trust. A positive attitude is magnetic, but it's not enough to attract success if it's not paired with responsibility and accountability. The 7th habit of highly successful people is owning everything in their life, their choices, their actions, their failures, and their results. Most people blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck when things go wrong. That's a recipe for stagnation. Success comes to those who refuse to outsource responsibility for their lives. Accountability amplifies positivity. When you take full ownership, your attitude becomes actionable. Optimism is no longer abstract. It becomes a tool for problem solving, decision making, and influence. You see obstacles clearly, analyze solutions, and act decisively. You don't waste energy complaining or avoiding. You channel your energy into creating outcomes. This habit also strengthens resilience. Life will throw setbacks, disappointments, and failures at you every single day. A person with a positive attitude who embraces accountability doesn't collapse under pressure. They ask, what can I control? How can I respond better? They transform adversity into learning and learning into momentum. Accountability also elevates your credibility. People are drawn to those who take ownership because they are reliable. They attract mentors, partners, and opportunities because others know they will deliver. Positivity combined with accountability is magnetic because it communicates strength, integrity, and capability. Daily, this habit is reinforced through reflection and action. Take responsibility for the choices you made today. Celebrate what you did well. Correct what you can improve. Don't blame, don't rationalize, don't make excuses. This builds a self-reinforcing loop. Positivity drives action, action builds results. Results reinforce identity, identity sustains positivity. Finally, accountability is liberating. It shifts power from external circumstances to internal control. You realize that no matter what happens, you can choose your response, shape your experience, and influence your future. That is the ultimate attraction to success. When energy, positivity, and responsibility converge, opportunities follow naturally. In the next section, we explore the 8th habit, how curiosity and continuous learning amplify a positive attitude and make you irresistible to opportunities and success. A positive attitude isn't static, it thrives on growth. The 8th habit of people who attract success is curiosity and relentless learning. They see the world not as a series of limits, but as a field of possibilities. Every challenge is a lesson. Every setback is data. Every interaction is an opportunity to grow. Most people stagnate because they stop learning. They settle into routines, recycle old patterns, and allow assumptions to dictate their choices. Their attitude remains fixed, and so does their success. But a person with a positive mindset treats every experience as a chance to expand. They ask questions, seek insight, and absorb knowledge relentlessly. Curiosity fuels optimism. When you're learning, your mind stays engaged. You're energized by potential instead of drained by fear. You notice opportunities that others overlook. You see solutions where others see problems. And this energy is magnetic. People and opportunities are drawn to those who are vibrant, engaged, and expansive. Continuous learning also strengthens resilience. Knowledge gives you options. Options reduce fear. Reduced fear amplifies confidence. Confidence reinforces your positive attitude. It's a feedback loop. Every new skill, every lesson, every insight compounds, and over time you become unstoppable. Daily, cultivate this habit through reading, listening, experimenting, and asking questions. Surround yourself with mentors and environments that challenge your assumptions. Reflect on mistakes not as failures, but as feedback for your next action. Seek out perspectives that stretch your understanding. Curiosity is active. It requires effort, intention, and commitment. This habit also makes you influential. People gravitate toward those who are engaged, wise, and interested. Your positive attitude becomes infectious because it's rooted in growth, not just blind optimism. You inspire others to expand, and opportunities naturally follow. Finally, understand this: a positive attitude without curiosity is static. Curiosity is the engine that turns energy, optimism, and intention into real-world impact. When combined with all the previous habits, mental focus, emotional management, consistency, accountability, gratitude, self-talk, and strategic associations, it ensures that your positivity doesn't just feel good, it produces measurable, lasting success. In the next section, we'll close the journey with the 9th habit, the ultimate habit that integrates everything and cements a positive attitude as a life-transforming force for attracting success. Everything we've covered leads to one ultimate truth: attitude becomes destiny when it's part of your identity. The 9th habit is not just thinking positively, acting consistently, or learning relentlessly. It's becoming the person who naturally embodies positivity in every circumstance. Success is not an event. It's a reflection of the person you have become. Most people treat positivity like a tool or a temporary state. They try to be positive when things are easy, but revert to fear, doubt, and blame under pressure. That's why most people never attract the opportunities they desire. Identity, however, is deeper than behavior. When positivity is who you are, it drives your decisions, shapes your actions, and radiates energy that others cannot ignore. Your identity is the ultimate magnet. People are drawn to those who consistently demonstrate optimism, resilience, integrity, and purpose. Doors open not just because of your skills, but because of the energy and certainty you carry. This habit integrates all the previous habits: mental focus, emotional mastery, consistency, accountability, gratitude, self-talk, strategic association, and curiosity into a living, breathing system that influences everything around you. Daily, this habit is reinforced through small acts of alignment. Every time you choose growth over comfort, action over hesitation, solution over complaint, you're solidifying this identity. Your brain internalizes the pattern: this is who I am. Repetition transforms behavior into automatic response. Attitude becomes natural. Energy becomes magnetic. Confidence becomes undeniable. This habit also allows you to handle adversity effortlessly. Challenges no longer derail you because your identity doesn't waver with circumstance. Your positive attitude is embedded in your core. Failure becomes feedback. Obstacles become opportunities. Setbacks become stepping stones. And success almost inevitably follows because you attract it through the person you become. Finally, understand this: adopting this identity is not a one-time choice. It's a daily, moment-to-moment commitment. It's discipline, courage, and awareness fused into the essence of who you are. When your positive attitude becomes your identity, success is no longer a hope or dream. It's the natural outcome of the energy you consistently project into the world. This is the power of positivity. Not just a mindset, not just a strategy, not just a habit, but an identity that transforms your life, your relationships, your career, and your world.